Now we're going to create our form. So we're going to go to create and we're going to go to the form wizard. And in this particular one, we're going to create a form called events. Okay, and so we need the event table. And we're going to take all the data in the event table. Then we need let's see, our next one is going to be the hours. So we're going to go to volunteer hours, and we need our member ID and our number of hours. Then we hit next. We're going to leave everything just like it is, the defaults. And this one we're actually going to call events, and it is already named events there. And we're going to hit finish. And now we have our form. And the subform is created automatically, and everything is set up correctly, so we can close it. We're done with that one. And the next one, we're going to do our report. Okay, so in our report, we're going to have the volunteer hours on that one. So let's go ahead, go to create, and we're going to go to the report wizard. And in the report wizard, we're going to need the members. So we're going to go to the members table. And looks like we need the member's last name, first name. Now, we could go through those individually and build it, but we already have created a query for this to make it easy for us. So, I mean, you can do reports without building a query first, but we've already done the work, so we'll use the query. So let's drop down the box, find the one that says for report. I'm going to use all the fields that we've got there, and we can just hit next. Okay, and we are going to do it by member, which is correct. Leave the defaults unless you have a reason. Okay, and then we will go ahead and hit finish. All right, and we have the report here. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and we can go ahead now. We need to add in the calculations because they aren't automatically put in there for us. So how do we do that? Okay, first of all, you'll want to come up here on the menu and we're going to close right here where this is the print preview that we're on. So let's close that. And when we do, that gives us what's called the canvas here. And in this canvas, we're going to go ahead then and we're going to add the calculated field that we need. All right, so in here now, you need to come up here and you'll see in this grouping and totals, this is what we're going to be using. Okay, so we're going to click on grouping, and we're grouping by member's last name, which is correct. Okay, and then we're going to come over here. And right now, one of the things we had number signs, and that was because it couldn't see all of it. So, I mean, you can open things up a little wider if you need to that way so that you can see better. And we're going to count it was the number of hours, which is actually what's right here in this little box. I'm going to open it up just a little wider here if I can get a hold of the edge so that way the numbers will show instead of number signs. Okay, but I'm on that. See how it's highlighted? Now that I'm on there, I'm going to go up here to these totals, okay, and I'm going to sum up the totals that way. Okay, so I'm going to sum those up. All right, then I can kind of look at my sheet here, make sure that everything looks good, which it does, and now let's view it and see if it turned out okay. So I'm over here in the corner reviewing. All right, so I've got my hours, which is correct. And actually, my date looks like it's what needs to be stretched out a little bit because whenever you get those number signs like that, it just means that the field is just not quite wide enough. And so I'll go over here again and back into that canvas view. Oops. Okay, let me go back here. So I'm going to go back to my design. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close that and save what I've done. All right, and I'm going to check it. Okay, so I still have to deal with this number sign. So I'm going to change my view again. And I'm going to click on this and see if I can maybe make it a little bit wide. There we go. This looks like that's a little better here. All right, let's see if that's wide enough. So I'm going to go back to my view. Okay, I'm still not quite wide enough on all of them, it looks like here. So sometimes it just takes a little bit of tinkering here to get them all so that we can see it here. All right, and so this one is a little, I'm going to move this in a little and then see if we can see everything this way. And I think now we're going to be in good shape. All right, so let's view it again. And there we go. Now we can see the dates the way we should. The report looks good. We have our sums. And we have our total at the bottom. And so we are finished with this report, except for having the correct name on it. Now, because I didn't do it when I did the wizard, that you could have done it then, but if you don't, you can come right back here and do what's a rename. Okay, and now it here is because again it's open, so it's locked. So I'll have to close it, say yes, then do that rename. And now I'm going to call this one volunteer hours. And that is the last of the report.